back home now, and it was just too hot and too busy to do this video on the beach. So what we're talking about here is, let's call it the face of the British far right. And that face is Sir Keir Starmer. He's basically, I know there's this, you can call him Stalin, Sir Keir Stalin and stuff, and that's a nice, it rhymes and things, but actually he's far more like Hitler than he is Stalin, for this very simple reason, in that he's a Blairite, and Blairites favour this thing called the third way, which was an idea that came out of the London School of Economics. And it's basically public-private partnerships, and it's something that Tony Blair pushed very, very hard. So it's basically the union of state with corporate power, and Mussolini called that fascism, and that is also Starmer's preferred type of technocracy, same as Klaus Schwab. So really we should call this the fourth industrial Reich rather than the Soviet Union. So it's been about 2 or 3 days since I've last done this video, and things are moving on very, very quickly. I watched a couple of videos last night, just like crowd scenes and stuff like that, and what was very, very apparent was gangs of let's call it the people who are on the side of Palestine, those people, those useful idiots, all dressed up in black, with weapons basically, and captured on TV cameras. I'm sure you've seen a clip of the Sky News one, people with knives slashing Sky News, the tyres of the van of Sky News, and quite shocking scenes. And these people do look like they're a militia. I suppose an example of it would be the SA in the 1930s. Hitler had, before the SS, he had this organisation called the SA, and the SA was responsible for the false flag operation, which was burning down the German Reichstag in 1933. And Hitler used that false flag operation as a way of removing civil liberties and human rights. Hitler used that event that he created as a way of moving Germany away from democracy towards a totalitarian, authoritarian regime. So again, for me, this has very, very clear parallels with what Keir Starmer's doing now. So he let there be no doubt about this. Two-tier Keir orchestrated not just the Southport event, and he's been part of this uni party that's been bringing in hundreds of thousands of blokes of fighting age. Now, what I'm not quite sure on yet is, I'm sure these guys are dressed in black, taking part in these events, and I'm sure that they are paid mercenaries. So they are like the Daily Stormer, the Starmer's equivalent of the SA. But I also think too that this cycle of violence that I was warning about has actually started now, and you've got people in, let's call it as it is, Muslim communities, who've well and truly taken the bait. So it's not just the Tommy fans who've been utter morons. It's also a large part of the low IQ Muslim community, particularly in the north of England, who took the bait horribly, and they're actually, well, these images, they don't look faked, as far as I'll say this now. The violence that and the vandalism that they're doing, it looks pretty real to me. And these people, they've just lost their minds. So the last 3 or 4 videos I've had, my channel, it's been bombed by people who can only be described as Hitler fans, people that think that the history of World War II is wrong, and really the Hitler was the good guy, and Nazi Germany was like some sort of paradise on earth. So I've just been getting rid of this crap, because and don't call it censorship, because it's not. I'm not going to censor them from setting up their own channel and saying whatever they want on their channel, but they're not going to just write stupid crap on my channel. You know, it'd be a bit like saying, well, if you think that's censorship, that would be a bit like you objecting to me breaking into your house and spray painting graffiti of my choosing on your living room wall. That's basically what it amounts to, and I just won't accept that. But anyway, these useful idiots, there's useful idiots on both sides, you know, like the brainwashing that's gone on into people seriously thinking that Nazi Germany was paradise on earth. And many of these people, they say that they're opposed to Klaus Schwab. It's like, and they can't see that what Klaus wants is exactly what Hitler wanted, exactly the same. Maybe the demonization of some racial groups is slightly different, but make no mistake, the likes of Starmer, Blair, it's not that they hate, I don't know, Jews, Muslims. They hate the whole of humanity. That's what you kind of simple people have got to understand, is that this is a battle not between Christian and Muslim, Jew and Muslim. It's a battle between good and evil. And these people, like, let's continue with what happened with the SA, Hitler's SA, and the Reichstag fire. A year after that, in 1934, in the so-called Night of the Long Knives, Hitler basically cooled all of his useful idiots that did the Reichstag fire for him. And so this is my message to kind of Muslims who've made the mistake of getting involved in this violence, is that once they've done in people like me, don't think that they're going to give you like an Islamic State in Britain, give you what you want, because they hate you as well. Yeah, so it's Sun Tzu Art of War. You know, you if you've got a big enemy, what you do is that you attack one area, concentrate your forces, get overwhelming odds, destroy them, then move to the next area. It's what the Finns did actually in the Winter War in 1939 with the so-called Mocky tactics, where they would attack a certain bit of the Soviet line, destroy it, isolate it, destroy it, then move on to another bit, and that's how they did it. So they'll do it to you as well. It's just, you know, you're a little bit further down the line compared to kind of whitey Christian. I think Christians and Jews are kind of first in line. Then atheists, then Muslims. They believe that they have AI. You know, they don't need labour anymore. You're just surplus to requirements. Muslims, you too. And they will get rid of you as well. All you need to do is actually, I think it's been scrubbed from the internet now, but look at that Deagle report. You know, they were reducing the UK's population from 70 million to like 15. So they'll be looking at the type of people that they'll be looking to retain will be high IQ people with skills, you know, to program the AI. So with all respect, that probably won't be you because you're low IQ. Yeah, you're just another useless eater as far as they're concerned. So for me as a Christian, what's my advice? My advice remains, we do not respond to violence with violence. Peaceful demonstration is good, but I would not be attending any event that's been organised by one of their lifetime actors, like, you know, the football supporter from Luton, or Farage, or what's it called, that Lawrence Fox actor guy. You know, these people are obviously just like, they're just puppeteers, aren't they? Yeah, so it's just obvious, really. For us, as I say, for Christians, it's why is God allowing this to happen? It's a test of us, you know. Are we strong enough to respond to violence by turning the other cheek, as Jesus Christ advised us to do? Nothing good ever comes from violence and cycles of violence. as I said in the other video, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. So not a good thing to do. So it's really sad to say, but this, you know, for the idiots who blame the little hats for all of their problems, and you know, so-called, how stupid is that? And you know, for people that think that National Socialist Germany was paradise on earth, well, guys, you're finding out right now what it's going to be like to live in a police state. And Starmer is far more like Hitler than he is Stalin. Although both of them, I will admit, are authoritarian dictators who run a technocratic economy where power is centralised, and government bureaucrats decide what, how, and for whom to produce for. So that's all I want to say today. So God bless.